Once upon a time, in a bustling little village, there was a young boy named Ollie. Ollie was a kind-hearted and cheerful boy who always wore a smile, even though he didn't have much. Ollie lived in a small, rickety house at the end of the village with his grandmother. His parents had passed away when he was very little, and his grandmother had been taking care of him ever since. Ollie and his grandmother were not wealthy. In fact, they were quite poor. Their little home was all they had, and most days they had only a small amount of bread to eat. But Ollie knew how to make the best of what he had, and it never bothered him much. His heart was rich with dreams and hope. Every morning, Ollie would wake up early, even before the sun peeked over the hills, and go to the village market to help his grandmother sell vegetables. He loved talking to the people there and making new friends with shopkeepers and customers alike. Ollie had a way of bringing cheer to everyone around him with his friendly chatter and bright eyes. One day, while at the market, Ollie spotted an old, tattered book at a vendor's stall. The book was dusty and worn, but something about it intrigued him. He asked the vendor how much it was, hoping he had enough money saved from the little chores he did for neighbors. The vendor, an elderly man with a long white beard, saw the excitement in Ollie's eyes and smiled kindly. "For you, young dreamer, it costs just one good deed," the vendor said. Ollie blinked in surprise and nodded eagerly, promising to do something kind in exchange. That very afternoon, Ollie went to a nearby park where he saw a group of children playing. He noticed a little girl sitting by herself, watching the others with longing. Ollie approached her and invited her to join in. Her face lit up with joy as she joined the games, and the sound of laughter filled the air. True to his promise, Ollie returned to the vendor the next day. He told him about the fun the little girl had. The vendor's eyes twinkled with satisfaction as he handed the book to Ollie. Back at home, Ollie opened the book and discovered it was filled with fascinating tales and beautiful illustrations. Every evening, he would read the stories to his grandmother, their tiny home echoing with the magical words and newfound joy. And so, in their little corner of the world, Ollie and his grandmother found happiness not in wealth, but in the shared stories and the good deeds that filled their days with light.